The Puget Sound Mental Hospital is a near-century-old psychiatric institution located in Tacoma, Washington. Even to this day, Puget Sound Mental Hospital continues to take patients, even though about half of the original institution has been closed off due to it essentially falling apart over the years. But patients of decades past, those of an otherworldly, spiritual nature that is, continue to walk the halls of Puget Sound Hospital. Originally built in 1926, the mental hospital has quite the precarious history. Some say the very first experimental lobotomies were performed here, which would have undoubtedly had irrevocable adverse effects on the unfortunate patients that underwent such tentative trials. Like most mental institutions operating in these times, Puget Sound Mental Hospital is haunted by the maltreated, neglected and overcrowded detainees who suffered, and many which died, within its walls. The fact that at least some of them were truly deranged to begin with doesn't help matter as they return in the afterlife to walk the halls of the asylum. The most famous ghost of Puget Sound Mental Hospital is that of an elderly lady who haunts the 4th floor, now closed off from the operational section of the institution. She manifests traversing the hall with her walker, and sometimes when she is not spectrally visible, her walker can still be heard scraping across the most damaged area of the hospital, crumbling down to exposed rebar in some areas, reverberates with a reactive sense of paranormal activity. The eerie feeling of eyes watching you from just around the corner can be unnerving to say the least and have driven multiple staff members to seek new employment. Strange noises and barely audible whispers echo throughout the stairwell. Footsteps are heard from areas in which no one is present, coming down the hall as if they are just about to turn the corner and bump into you. But as you glance into the intersecting hall, the steps halt and no one is there. This is the kind of thing staff members have reported while working in what they claim to be the irrefutably haunted Puget Sound Mental Hospital. It's not hard to believe that the mental institution is haunted, considering its long and shady past. Tacoma, Washington is not the only city in the United States to lay claim to a haunted, century-old mental asylum. Places like these are a hub for negative energy, gathered and compounded by the restless souls of disturbed and forsaken patients. The Puget Sound Mental Hospital is still a partially active institution, mostly handling drug rehabilitation treatment and geriatric psychiatry on an inpatient and outpatient basis. But also more practical services like emergency, surgery, lab work and other general needs. For seekers of spiritual phenomenon, that means that Puget Sound Mental Hospital is all but off limits to paranormal investigators without receiving proper admittance from the institution. Which is rather hard to obtain since common devices used to investigate a haunting are forbidden within the hospital's walls.